We need to be very intentional about what we're doing here. And in the past, all of us in this room, a lot of us have heard talk about the Lexington and Louisville partnership. Wouldn't it be great if University of Kentucky and University of Louisville worked together? And wouldn't it be great if this or that? And the bottom line is we haven't done as well as we could. We're a state that needs to excel in teamwork. That's how we're going to get ahead, not by competing with each other. So this project will start by inventorying our assets that we have as a community, seeing how they can be complementary with each other. The area of advanced manufacturing was chosen not to limit all the other economic clusters that we're globally competitive in, but that was a cluster that we shared common strength. Think about this. We've got Toyota's North American manufacturing headquarters right here outside of Lexington. In Louisville, we have 2 Ford manufacturing plants. We have General Electric, et cetera. So when Brookings did an inventory of the country, they see a strength here that is not common in the United States of America. The big picture issue here is what's happened to middle-income jobs. What's happened to good factory jobs? Well, we got a little full of ourselves as a country about 30 years ago and said, you know, manufacturing's kind of beneath us. We're going to become a service economy. Well, what did we find out? It's hard to make a living on a service economy for our middle class. So as a country, it's essential that we figure out how to get these middle-income jobs back. There's a model for us. Germany, Switzerland, first world countries that lead the world in competitiveness when it comes to manufacturing jobs. As Jim said, 40% of their economy is exports, 13% is the United States. That gap in there, folks, represents the demise of middle-class jobs. And that represents the demise of manufacturing because we lost our competitiveness internationally. So that's really what this is all about at the end of the day. Inventorying our assets, creating a job strategy, being a national pilot, which is something I think we should all be proud of because we've been chosen by some think tanks to do that for the country and show how we can get not only our cities and our state back on track, but get our country back on track too.
Yeah, that's it. I think what Greg mentioned about the significance of this, you know, we need to remember the numbers. Brookings is investing itself the equivalent of $750,000 in this project. And we're raising close to $250,000. But it was a selection process. It wasn't like we were appealing and we were, you know, we were selling it. Yeah, we were selling, but they selected.
And then shortly after that, the Clinton Global Initiative that Bill Clinton puts on, it was his first ever global initiative dealing with the challenges that are facing the American economy, which we're all in the middle of, obviously. At Clinton's global initiative, he spoke about the Lexington-Louisville cooperation and how that should be a model for the rest of the country in terms of teamwork. And then shortly after that, Louisville received a grant from the Bloomberg Foundation. Michael Bloomberg, the mayor of New York, great philanthropist, billionaire, has given Louisville $4.8 million over 3 years to focus on 2 projects. One is to improve our city government, but the other one we proposed to them was focusing on advanced manufacturing, creating export-related jobs, and focusing on the partnership between Louisville and Lexington. So Bloomberg chose 5 cities around the country to do that. One of the reasons why we got that was because of this partnership, and then that's one of the reasons why we're putting a good portion of that grant to develop this Brookings project along with Jim Host and Jim Gray.